Okay. Uh, Hello, everybody, and it's another good day here at Karakana. Welcome to today's session. My name is Steven DeVito, and we are very happy for those who are joining us online. So this is the second session, and I hope that we are going to have a very productive, very enlightening, and that we are going to have a heavy basket to take home from our facilitator today. So just some introduction information before we get to the thrust of the session. This is the second session with the Karakana initiative, and today we will be looking at creative business with a very strong focus on solopreneurship. In my 20 years of my career and maybe 15 years of my business experience, there are so many decision points that we face as creatives. So I believe that today we'll be able to look at those different ways that the market presents to us as creatives. But mostly when you are the person who works for the business and you have to run the business and you have to do many things and of course sometimes work with other people. So the important thing is for us to note in this second session of the year is that this first part of the year we will keep focusing on the other skills. Sometimes people call them soft skills. Some of them that we'll be learning today is business. Last time it was looking at personal branding with a strong focus on the need for having a very clear purpose in your career. So in this second session, it's about business. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll be talking about effective communication for artists and creatives. So one of the things that I know personally is that I have struggled with a lot of things in business as a creative, as an artist, as a designer. So it is good that today we have somebody who has taken time to learn, who has learned through experience and has taken time to study and understand the things that we'll be talking about, running a creative business and solopreneurship. What's unique, what's different about us as creatives and artists. So we are glad that you could join us, and I hope that this session is going to be very informative. Feel free to post your questions and comments in the comment section so that at some point as Liz Njoroge continues with her session, you will have the chance to respond. So in as much as Liz is focused on fashion, I believe that the session is going to be, did I just want to say broad-based? So the session is going to be broader than just fashion because I know we will be talking to filmmakers, we'll be talking to people who are in dancing, design, photography, art, fine art, and so many other forms of creativity. So karibu sana. Liz Njoroge for this session, and we hope that we will be able to learn not one or two things, but many things. So welcome.
Thank you, Derito. Good evening, everyone. I am Liz Njoroge. I am the CEO and founder of Liz Njoroge Collection. It's a fashion brand that deals with African-inspired clothes. We make versatile pieces that are for the outspoken women and people who want to look good and at an affordable price. So today I am here at Karakana to just share my story and just talk about solopreneurship. So what is solopreneurship? Solopreneurship is where you are doing business by yourself. Majority of the times for creatives, you are the accountant, you are the messenger, you are the cleaner, you are the doorbell. Basically, you're doing everything that pertains to your business. So, being in the solopreneurship business, creatives generally we start by our business when we are solo, and as we continue growing, then we are able to employ other people to join our businesses. But before we reach that point of getting there, it takes a while. So it could take you between 1 year to 20 years before you're able to get other people to help you do the business. So today, I'm happy to share with you my presentation as I share my story and also answer your questions and be able to help each other to move in the creative business so that we are no longer solopreneurs. And even if we are solopreneurs who are making money and making the right decisions in everything that we do, right? Just 1 minute. Just move. Okay, so I'll just give you an overview of how to be able to thrive in your business. You need to find balance between the art part of it, between the creative and the talent part of it, and to be able to do commerce and have a sustainable career. So you need to understand the creative business landscape. What makes creative businesses unique? How do you balance passion with profit? Identify your market positions and opportunities. Now, for most of the creatives, what normally happens is because you have the talent to take photography, you just get in and start taking photograph. Because you have the talent to stitch, you're busy, you start stitching without knowing how to be able to run your business. You also need to identify your market positions and opportunity. Now, I have something that I normally say. If you don't start your business right, it will be very hard for you to move far. And most of the businesses that start, they're given a span of between 0 to 3 years before they end up closing because they did not start their business right. So before you start your creative business, be it in the fine art, be it a dancer, be it an artist, a digital content creator, you need to identify what is unique about your business. You need to also find a balance between your passion and the profit part of it. Majority of the creatives will look at, I'm so good at what I do, but is it putting food on the table? At the end of the day, you started the business to be able to make money to put food on the table. So you're busy doing very good photographs, making very good portraits, making very good clothes, but it's not making business sense. We need to get into a space where we have balance between our passion and our profit. So how do you build a creative business foundation? I told you if you don't start your business right, then it will not go on. Are you legally and financially protected in your creative business? Majority of us who start our business, we go to Instagram, start our business, but that's not starting a business. That's not starting a business. Starting a business, yes, you can start it like that, but you need to first register the business, legally, at least be able to even just register the name for you to call yourself a business. Because, for example, you have beautiful work. Somebody wants to give you business, but because you're not registered legally, they'll not be able to give you business. You understand? So you need to be legally registered to start your business. And in this creative journey, don't just start because you have a talent. Get your act together, get the talent, but start right. Start by having a business name. After that, now we proceed. You need legal structures and essential documentation. That means starting a business, before you move to a limited company, you can start by solo when you have a business name. When you're down in your business, when you've already made proper structures in your business and you're able to run your business properly, you can now change it to a limited company and change it to another entity. But for beginners, you need legal structures and essential documentation to be able to move from one level to the other. For example, right now, you need business licenses, like now from the City Council. City Council will not give you a business license if you do not have a registered name. Most of the business person, you need to move from there to another level. You need to protect your intellectual property. Majority of us designers, you see this design, you want to say it is yours, but you did not patent it. You have not registered anything under it, so it becomes a little bit tricky. I pray that in the near future, we'll be able to protect our intellectual property and be able to use it to also get loans and stuff. There is a circle that is coming up that is going to be working with you for you to be able to take up a loan. Most creatives do not have land. Most creatives do not have cars that they can be able to give us collateral to be able to get the loans. But hopefully, we can be able to use our intellectual property to be able to get a loan in a circle and move our business from one level to the other. So we also need to set up our workspace and financial systems. Most creatives do not do bookkeeping, do not know whether they are making money or not. So we really need to get, no matter how small a business it is, if you cannot be able to manage 10,000, will you be able to manage 1 million? If you cannot be able to manage your finances while you're having 10,000, will you be able to manage 1 million? So it is good for you to start, no matter how small book work you're doing, how much money is coming in, how much money is coming out, what are the repercussions when in regards to KRA. Now, we need our financial management to be on top of everything. For you to be able to get those big contracts and those people that you see out there making big money, it is because they have their financial management skills at the top. Now, as creatives, do we know how to price our work? Majority of the creatives who are fortunate enough to go to an institution like a school, very few of them are taught how to price. You end up, you've graduated, you've come out of school, then what happens? You're out in the field. How are you able to know how to price? Somebody tells you, I'll pay you 10 shillings. But because you don't know and you're new in the market, you will pick up that 10 shillings or pick up the 1,000 because we do not know. We need to reach a space where, as creatives, we can be able to price our work fairly. We also need to manage our cash flows and budgeting for irregular income. For creatives, we know sometimes business is good, sometimes business is bad. How are we able to manage our finances such that whatever we get when business is high, can it be able to take us through when business is low? The other thing that we need to work on is our tax planning and creative multiple revenue streams. Let me give an example. Like for me in the fashion industry, at my office, we do made to measure. You come, we measure you, and we do an outfit for you. But then we realized how many customers come to our shop that come to make the made-to-measure clothes. So we realized at some particular time you'll find yourself, you're not having as much work, and you have the machines, you have the fabrics, and you have the workers, and there's no work. So that is how I came up with another revenue stream to be able to supplement with my made-to-measure. So that's how we started our ready-to-wear line. After that, we realized we had a lot of scrap fabric at the shop. From there, the scrap fabric that we had, we are now making bags, shoes, and small purses that can be able to be sold at a discounted price and also brings revenue to the shop. You also need investment in tools and resources. Most creatives do not want to invest in resources to be able to grow their businesses from one level to the other. When you look at it, when you start your business, you'll end up, you have hired a camera, you have hired a camera, you have hired a camera. But at the end of the day, when you look at the cost of hiring that camera and the cost it would have, the cost implementation that you would have gotten if you were to buy the camera, you'll find that the hiring will be twice as expensive as buying the camera from when you started your business. So we need to invest in tools and resources and also trainings to be able to grow our businesses. Now, marketing. For creatives, marketing is a must. Most of us, some of our whatevers are not tangible. Like now, acting, it's not something that you can put down. It is for people to come and see. So if you want your creative business to move from one level to the other, you must be able to put your marketing skills at the highest level that you can. You need to build a strong personal brand. If you don't have a brand, majority of us who started our businesses, we just thought, Otieno and Company, Njoroge and Company. But you see, at the end of the day, is that personal brand that you have going to be able to continue for the next 10 to 20 to 30 years? So as you're starting your business, you need to have all these things, organized fast before you roll out and start doing proper business. If you don't have a personal brand, for example, let me give my example. When I started my company, I started with the name Kwanza to mean fast. But I used QOUA instead of KWA. So when I went on doing my business, somebody else thought of the name Kwanza and they registered the company. I was doing clothes, they were doing clothes. I was teaching, they were not. So because of the marketing that we are doing, all of us in the same platform, people could come to my page and ask me for clothes that were imported. She was selling clothes that were imported. And somebody would go to her page and ask for ready-made clothes that I am doing. So we found that we were losing clients in the process. And when I sought counsel with a lawyer, they told me, first and foremost, she's doing imports, you're doing made in Kenya. There's no way they're going to accept that one of you has not done the right thing. And at the end of the day, if you continue building this business 10 years, 15 years down the line, are you ready to drop it and start afresh? So those are some of the things that we need to look at when we're building our brand. Come up with a name that you're sure, number one, nobody has. Number two, if in any case they infringe and are able to register a name that is close to yours, then you can easily sue them. Because if they're coming close to what you have, then they're coming to affect your business. So I would tell somebody, build a personal brand that you know is strong. Do your research. What do people have out there? What are other designers doing? What are other photographers doing? If you put this name, will it be able to be connected to you? For example, I am Liz Njoroge. If something happens and maybe my daughter takes it up, you see the business, it becomes a little bit tricky. But then from my business of Liz Njoroge collection, I have put a clause in my business that can be able to open smaller branches and be able to do business with other names connected to mine. You need a portfolio to develop. You need to develop a portfolio for your business. You need a social media strategy. Majority of us are in the space of social media, yes. But do we have a strategy for our social media presence? Do we have a plan? Do we have somebody who's helping us grow our business from one level to the other? We also need to network and have client relationships. As I was doing my business, one of my coaches taught me something. When you go to a networking event, make sure you meet 4 people who, from the 4 people, 2 people are going to give you business directly. And the other 2 people are going to be a connector to a business that you are looking to close. So anytime you go anywhere, don't just make friends. Don't talk to the people that you know. Look at how you can be able to grow and be able to meet other people and be able to make new friends who are not the people that you are used to. Don't go to a networking event because you want to be seen in that event. You must have an agenda when you're going for a networking event. What agenda do you have when you're networking? What agenda what do you want to do when you're going to meet this particular person? What are you going to tell them? So every event that you go to, make sure you have an agenda in terms of networking, in terms of relationships, in terms of growing your business. Now, content creation and storytelling, that's the biggest problem we have as creatives. We never tell our real story. We give a rosy story that looks like it's very nice and everything is nice, but in real sense, business is hard. We need to tell our story that you grew from this point to the next point to the next point, and to also encourage the ones who are coming that they should not think in terms of you've been in business for 20 years, they've been in business for 1 year, and expect to be at the same level that you are in. It has taken time, it has taken tears, it has taken money for you to be able to reach where you are. Now, I would want to think in terms of how can we be able to help the younger generation not go through a span of 20 years, not having direction, not knowing what they want to do with themselves. That is why, if you want to start a proper creative business, follow this procedure. It'll be very easy for you to identify where you went wrong, come back to the drawing board, correct where you went wrong, and be able to move your business from one point to the other. For the rest of us who started business not knowing all this, the minute you go wrong, you don't know whether you went wrong in your marketing strategy, you don't know whether you went wrong in your finances, you don't know whether it was in terms of your brand. So at the end of the day, your business is not working, but you can't identify where the problem is. Now, a tough question that I would want to ask you: how do you stand out in a crowded creative market? How do you stand out in a crowded creative market? How many photographers do we have? How many digital content creators do we have? How many designers do we have? How many people are in this creative business and using their talent to be able to grow their business from one level to the other? There are many. Why should I stop going to Liz and go to somebody else? You need to have something unique that is making people want to be with you. How you manage your creative projects is also important. Are you in control of your time, or is it controlling you? For us creatives, because we are more outspoken people, you'll find instead of sitting down to do business, we'll sit down to catch up and wallow about the problems that we have. We need to manage our time and balance multiple projects. Majority of the times, creatives have been known to be people who don't deliver. What's the reason why we are not delivering? 3/4 of us are doing a good job. It's not that we're not doing a good job, but because we can't deliver multiple projects together, you end up losing customers. Client communication and meeting deadlines. Most of the creatives find it really hard to do this and do that. We end up taking so many projects and end up disappointing other people. When you decide to start your business, you need to work on your client communication. Tell the client, yes, I was supposed to finish your order today, but I did not manage to finish. And give them a timeline that moves from today, either tomorrow, or the day after, or whichever day. Now, handling creative blocks while maintaining quality. Majority of the times, creatives have blocks where you want to do a project, you don't have the money, there's so much going on, you're not open. You're not open to, you just want to get into your blanket and go to sleep. How do you handle creative blocks while maintaining quality? Now, this part, I would advise you, when you're doing your business proposal, when you're doing your writing down your business, automatically you will find sometimes you'll get yourself in a block. But the minute you get yourself in a block, look at, okay, where is the problem? I'm not marketing well. Go back to your marketing strategy. Where is the problem? I don't have money. Go back to your financial management. Where is another problem? My brand is not doing well. Go back to the part where you wrote down the minute you have everything written down, it is very easy to correct. And before you know it, that creative block that you had, you will find yourself having so much juice to be able to move from one point to the other. Now, growth and sustainability. Majority of the creatives, we move 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years down the line, we are basically at the same level. I have been in my business for close to 20 years. And in the 20 years, this is a line that I normally use. Are you in business or are you doing business? There is a difference. We never know how to do this. Are you in business or are you doing business? I have been in business for 20 years. I am now doing business for the past 5 years. So you can imagine, I don't want to look at it like I've wasted 15 years, but the 15 years were a learning experience that I wouldn't want my fellow creatives to go through. They would rather start their businesses right to be able to fasten their success rate instead of wasting 15 years. What I have managed to do in the 5 years, they will be able to grow their business in 5 years. So the question that I would want to ask, are you building a business that can thrive without you? Are you building a business that can thrive without you? Now, as solopreneurs, you're the accountant, you're the cleaner, you're the messenger, you're the manager, basically you're everything. As we start our business, yes, we will start as solopreneurs. But if you get your act together and you get all sectors of your business in place, it is very easy to move from one level to the other. It is very easy to thrive without you being there. For creatives, majority of us do not have the funds to be able to employ an accountant full-time. We do not have the funds to be able to employ a KRN expert to be able to come to our businesses full-time. I might not have the money to have an admin managing my business of fine art or acting or whatever full-time. But if I'm able to identify the sectors in my business that are not working well, it is very easy for me to employ that particular person for that particular area that I'm thinking I need somebody. You could be bringing somebody in HR and your problem is in marketing. You could be paying somebody to do brand management. Your problem is in the customer relation. So it is very easy for you to thrive without you being the solopreneur. Yes, you are the solopreneur, but you can be able to work with other people to be able to grow your business. How do you scale your business and in hiring your team? Creatives, we hire with intuition. We don't hire properly. And that's where we have a problem with our businesses. I take you because I know you from somewhere, or I take you because my fundi left and now I have you, or I take you because, we don't do our hiring processes properly. And it's something that we can be able to come together and grow our businesses from one level to the other by supporting each other. Outsourcing versus in-house production. For example, if you want to do photography and you do not have a printing machine, it is very easy for you to look at the circle of photographers who can be able to help you print your photos, be able to supply, make money, give them their cut for production, and you get your cut for taking the photographs, right? Building sustainable work practices. You need to build sustainable work practices with the people who are working with you, with the people who are working also in partnership with you. Let me give a good example. In our business, in the fashion business, we have people who are styling, we have makeup artists, we have photographers, we have shoe designers, we have jewelry designers. Now, if the 5 of us can work together, for example, there's somebody who's doing jewelry and they need to take photographs of their the jewelry. They need a model, right? They need the model to be dressed right. They need a photographer to take the photograph. Why can't we work together as solopreneurs? At the end of the day, yes, we are solopreneurs, but you can be able to help me with photography. I can be able to help you with clothes. You can be able to help me with jewelry. And at the end of the day, we have a long-term business that is going to grow from one level to the other. You need to find a specialty of yours that you know you are good at. For me, I thrive in knowing I have a quality product. No matter how bad, I have a quality product. So the minute I know I have a quality product, it will be very easy for a photographer to come and work with me because they know I have a quality product. It will be very easy for a jewelry designer to work with me because they know if they take a photograph with Liza's outfit, my jewelry will pop, the photographer will take a good photograph, and at the end of the day, all the three businesses are going to win. Now, personal development and well-being. How are you taking care of you while growing your business? We don't, I don't know how to say this, majority of the people in the creative space, we are taken like as if we failed in our exams or we are D products, you know? And people think in terms of we are not learned. But guess what? Having a D doesn't stop you from growing from one level to the other. How do you do that? You need to take care of you while growing your business. Taking care of you has two aspects to it. There is the taking care of you on a personal level and your mental health, and there's the taking care of you and your intellectual self. You need to learn. You need to, we normally say, you need to unlearn, then learn, then relearn. If you're open to unlearning, learning, and relearning, it will be very easy for you to be able to move from one level to another. When you have personal development of the highest level, it is very easy for you, no matter how tough business is, no matter how tough things are, because your mind is right, it is very easy for you to move from one level to the other. Work-life balance and managing creative energy. Most of us creatives work like donkeys. We open the office in the morning, we close it at 11 p.m. At the end of the day, one part of us is going to suffer. And majority of the times, it is us. Our mental state is the one that suffers, not the business. And the minute you are not okay, your business will never move. Now, mental health and professional development. Professional development is where get in touch with people who can be able to connect you to classes that you can go to. There are classes that are sponsored. There are classes that you can pay for. You decide, do you have the money to pay for a class? Pay for one. If you do not have money to pay for a class, when people like Karakana are having training, why can't you come? Get trained. They are here to look for the trainers. All you have to do, come to Karakana, get trained. Are you paying anything? No. At the end of the day, have you learned? Yes. Most of those people who come to train you at Karakana are people you will not get outside there by yourself. So why don't you work with people who have already gotten their connections right with the people who can be able to train you, to be able to train you to the next level. Now, mental health is very, very important. Creatives, we have a big problem that we are not open to sharing our real story. You need to build a support network and set boundaries. Majority of the creatives are normally, what's that word? Our customers tend to look down upon us. And the customer will come and make so much noise at you, but because you have no option and you have no say, they'll be able to step on your boundaries. You need to be very clear when you're setting your boundaries. What is expected when a client comes to your shop? What can you take? What can't you take? You need to set your boundaries to be able to have yourself, sanity for yourself. You need to build a support network. Now, building a support network has been a big problem for people because they say, I cannot share my story because they will laugh at me. I cannot share my story because they are going to know that I'm not making any money. You don't have to share your story to everybody. You don't have to share your story on social media. Look for one person who you can genuinely open up to. Sit down, have tea, exchange notes, and they can be able to help you realize that this is not right, this is right, here you did something wrong, you need to apologize. You know, sometimes the problem is not even the other people. The problem is ourselves. Sometimes the problem is ourselves. So you need to build a support networks. I keep on telling people you need to have an accountability partner in your business. An accountability partner will be able to help you. If you decide you want to do this in 3 months, They are there to help you. You said you are going to buy a machine in 3 months. What's the reason why you have not bought it? I don't have finances. Good. How do we get finances? I work twice as hard. And they are able to help you be able to reach the level that you want to reach on. Accountability partner will also help you with your mental health. They are here, they listen, they don't judge. You also listen to them and also not judge. So build proper support networks, not social media networks. Majority of the creatives, we are out there having fun, having so much. Instagram shows like you are a millionaire, but when you go back home, you don't have rent to pay. When you go back home, you have no business. The money that you made today, you spent it all in Sankara just for the gram. So build support networks and set proper boundaries for what you want in your life and in your business. Now, navigating industry trends and opportunities. Trends keep on changing. But does that mean you're going to close your business? No. You will not close your business because a trend has changed or anything. You need to move with the times. As you all know, AI has come. Have you incorporated AI into your business? Before you know it, something else is going to come bigger, better than AI. While you're still stuck down there, when you want to catch up with AI, something else has come up. You need to move with the times. Now, you need to stay updated with trends and leverage on technology. At the end of the day, some of us keep on saying, technology ni ngumu, but if we don't embrace it, we're going to be left in the Stone Age. You need to explore local and global opportunities. For example, somebody will tell you, Kenya ni kubaya, but states, si ni kusawa? Ship your things to the states. Mtu atakwambia, Kenya ni kubaya, but Uganda kuna biashara. Look at how you can be able to explore your local and global opportunities and maximize on your business. You need to also adapt to market changes and challenges. I remember when Corona came, we were so used to being in the office. We were so used to doing things the office way. But it changed and it challenged us. Do I really need an office to do my business? I can be able to do my business from home if I don't have a product. I can be able to sell my things online. I don't have to pay an office. So we need to adapt to market changes and challenges, see how to be able to deal with the challenges and move your business from one level to the other. Now, the tough question that you need to ask yourself, are you prepared to evolve as the industry shifts? If you don't move with technology and explore the local and global opportunities and also adapt to market change, you will be left behind. The people who are going to take up this, you will see their businesses moving from one level to the other. I keep on saying, no matter how little you're doing, continue doing it. Before you know it, it's going to amount to something big. So you need to think, are you prepared to evolve as the industry shifts? If your business is not able to evolve, then my friend, your business is not going to grow because you will be stuck at that particular place because you cannot evolve. You need to have a business that can evolve from one level to the other, from one storm to the other, from one block to the other. Now, your creative journey starts here. What will your legacy be in the creative industry? What will your legacy be in the creative industry? All of us are going through the same problems, but what is different about you? You need to set your goals. You need to set your long-term goals, invest in continuous learning, and build a supportive network. When you have your goals right, no matter how tough the business becomes, you will navigate. Come back to your goals. Say, I did not make goal 1. Let me move to goal 2. Work on it. When you get that stumbling block on goal 2, you move. Let me go back to goal 3. Why did goal 1 not work? Why did goal 2 not work? Then the minute you do goal 1 and goal 2, by the time you're reaching goal 3, you already know what went wrong, what you can be able to improve on, and you will find that your goal 3 is going to be very easy to sail through because you are ready for it. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Success is a journey, not a destination. Journey means you move from one place to the other. For you to reach Kisumu, you need to pass by Westlands, Limuru, Naivasha, Nakuru, and go. If you know where your journey is going, it is very easy for you to reach your destination. If you do not know where your journey is going, you will go round to Mombasa, to Tanzania, and you are going to Kisumu. So success is a journey, not a destination. Journey has stops. So you can either stop there, gari imeharibika, and you will not move. But does that stop you from going to Kisumu? No. You still have to move, right? So have a journey. Have a journey that says, in the next 0 to 3 months, what am I doing? In the next 6 to 9 months, what am I doing? In the next 4 to 5 years, what am I doing? So if in any case your business has a problem as you're proceeding on with your journey, very easy for you to go back, very easy for you to stop the journey, organize your car, and move on to your destination, right? Thank you so much. That is the end of my presentation.
That was quick. That was quick. Karibuni. How much did you get? 20, 30%? Let me give you a quick recap. And I'll also highlight what I think we've gotten. Then for those who are following online, even the few of you who are here, feel free to ask questions and give comments. One of the things that jumped off just building a solid foundation, you know, they are non-negotiables that you cannot avoid. I think that's what she was saying. Nirudishie presentation kwa screen. Hapo imeruka. Check for me the display on the screen. Then we talked about financial management. Hapo ndio wengi wetu tunaangukanga. Money. You know, I saw somebody on Twitter posting that there's a creative who got a gig, akalipo 180,000. Then on Thursday, akaenda Thika Road, akakunywa. Then weekend, akakuwa Kiambu Road. Then on Sunday night, alikuwa naomba beshte yake 600 ya Uber. You know, I think judging by our celebrities, I say celebrities, they're famous creatives, whether ni TikTokers or content creators, karibu, just find a comfortable place to sit. The biggest challenge, one of the biggest challenges is that you make money, 1 minute you have a lot of money, next minute you don't even know where it has gone. So there's financial management, then marketing, business, managing creative projects. Liz, I know that. Us guys and let me call them tailors, fundi wanguo, not fashion designers, fundi wanguo tu wa kutengeneza. You know, we have that challenge where I say, I'll finish by tomorrow 11. Then come tomorrow 11, you haven't even, because you're managing multiple projects. It's not that your work is bad. Your work is excellent, but perhaps that they will say, what, work ethic? I have been a victim, I will not lie. Growth and sustainability, whether it's short-term, mid-term, long-term. I think that was very powerful. We sometimes get lost in the now. We make our money now. So just reminding those who are following online, feel free to ask your questions and comments on the section below. Also tell us where you're watching from so that we can appreciate you and recognize you. Then we have industry trends. Of course, you've mentioned the issue to do with technology, AI, and many other disruptors. Personally, Liz, the things that struck me, of course, I've said managing multiple projects because, I mean, I do graphic design, I do photography, I do video. There is no creative who does one thing. You know, I'll find, today you're doing fine art, next time said, unajua naandikanga poems pia, you know. So you're supposed to finish this painting, but you're in Naivasha performing poetry and spoken word, and the owner of the painting is waiting. You said every time you go to an event, make sure you exchange numbers with 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Our next session is going to be about effective communication. We are generally introverted, so that was powerful. You also spoke about that thing that the reason we're here as Karakana is, I know people online, they say, I'll teach you what it took me 30 years in 5 minutes. Okay, we will not lie to you, but trust me, to have such an opportunity where somebody can just come and share. Personally, also have taken years to learn some things, but that you can have somebody here and just mention that these things will help you. Then there are those skills that we don't have. If you know you need a skill, whether it's accounting or communication, and you can set aside some money to hire somebody to do that. That one struck me. Also taking time to identify what is not working in your business at some point. And then mental health. The other day I was with a close friend of mine who's a very good photographer, and he was telling me, ikifika saa 11 Friday, mimi nazima laptop mpaka Monday. You know, we love our jobs. Our work is our passion. We love doing it. You know, I can sit on my graphic design and do it. Even now at my age, I mean, I love it. But there are many other things to do. We have family, we have other commitments. So let me check if there is somebody, Liz, and even, we had the other mic, or we can just use this one. The few of you who have joined us, we'll ask you that you tell us your names, and unfortunately some of you have joined a bit late, and she's already done with the presentation, but then I'm sure there is one or two things that we can exchange. Okay, great. I can see Stella KN saying excellent presentation, Liz, simple and easy to understand. We have Delight Tailoring Fashion Designer School following, and we also have a gentleman called Jose. We have a dozen people also online who are following live. So I don't know if any of you have questions, in as much as you could have missed the bigger part of it, or you want to add something, please. Sawa.
I need this book back. I have tough questions for them. Put this. Yes.
So thank you so much, Liz, for that presentation. I was listening to you online on my way here, so I have a general idea of what it is you presented. My name is Branis, and I wanted to ask, I know you mentioned something about, and I think he's just reiterated that no creative does one thing. Yeah, there are many things that you do. But I think it's very important to define, is it many things because these are streams of income, or is it many things because they're aspects of what you do in the fashion industry? Because in as much as I try to help businesses have different streams of income, because you can't depend on one, but I also try to get them to pick that one that they're so good at, that they've mastered. So you as a fashion designer, do you feel that the fashion industry players, you must have that one signature offer and then go into other small things? Or is it because of how you people have gone through that process that you find you're able to do this, you're able to do this, you're able to do this?
I think, Bernice, maybe let me use myself as an example. In business, it's very hard to grow rich with one's stream of income. So I have perfected the art of making clothes. But in the process, I have moved. I can style people and be paid for that. I can consult for a film. I can be able to do shoes and bags that are not clothes and be able. So for me, I normally say, if you're looking for streams of income, let them be kind of related to your main big money. It's very hard for me to do fashion, and then at the side, I am doing acting. It's kind of tricky. You'll get confused in the process. But you see, for me, I like, what would I say, jewelry. It's very easy for a fashion designer to get into making jewelry because I will make that jewelry, it will sit on my dress and it will sell. I will make a bag, it will come with a dress, it will sell. So you see, it's because it's the same kind of stream. It's very easy for you to adapt from one to the other. It's very hard. I'm in fashion, I want to do photography. Because photography is another totally different. I can do it, yes, but you'll find you'll be a bit lost. So I advise people, if you can, the way you have said, have that win big tent that now has smaller tents inside. So if this tent is not working today, move to the other tent. If this tent is not working today, move to the other tent. But at the end of the day, there is a bigger umbrella holding all these other small. The minute you leave this one and move to this one, that umbrella is already down. You've opened another one. If the holes in this umbrella, you'll bring it down. But you see, we have a bigger umbrella that is covering the smaller ones. So it's easier. I would advise, I think, get streams of income that are related to your main profession. If it is acting, you can do, posters. If it is acting, you can be a model. You see, so it doesn't move you far away from your big income earning. I think maybe I could just go through this quickly. We just had an overview. Maybe for the ones who were here a little bit later, I'll ask just the tough questions in your business. What makes creative businesses unique? For creatives, you're just making clothes or you're just doing photography. But what makes your business unique? Your uniqueness is what will sell you. If you're not unique, I will leave you because this other one is giving me something different. You understand? If you're not, you're just a photographer, but what are you bringing extra? So you need to find that unique aspect in your business so that you're able to see how to be able to be on top of the rest of the people. One of my lecturers once asked me, do you think you're the first fashion designer or last fashion designer? You're not. You're not the first graphic designer or last graphic designer. You're not. So what is unique about you? Once you identify what is unique about you, work on that thing. Then everybody will always say, there's something different about this person and this business, and they will stick by you because of that unique aspect. It could be customer relation. It could be the quality of your product. It could be the extra services that you're giving. You need to find something unique about your business. Then how do you balance passion with profit? Majority of the creatives, it is either I am in passion, I am not making profit. Or I am making profit and I am so stressed, I'm working day and night. One time I remember, as I was doing my business, we got an order, a tender to do a business through a friend. And what happened was, this was somebody, I'm happy to say, majority of my clients are clients who come because of word of mouth. I haven't really spent a lot of, in fact, I haven't spent money on marketing, which for me I think is a blessing, because after I stopped my business, I decided to get my product right and get that uniqueness so that I know exactly what I have and I have confidence. Even if I'm telling you, I'm giving you this, I am giving it to you and I know you won't get it anywhere else. You'll come back to me. Yeah? So I got a business. It was a client who came and they wanted some uniforms done. And when they wanted uniforms to be done, they told us, I'm in this office and I think this person who's designing for us is not doing a good job. Can you do for us samples and bring to the office? So I told her, so what is our event? And we had a meeting and she explained everything to me. And I did the samples. And when we took them, I pride in quality. So the quality of the work we gave them for the samples, it automatically gave us an upper hand to the rest of the people who brought their samples. So she told me, okay, you have qualified. So now we need you to move. We need you to bring your whatever. Which was this? Legally, are you legally and financially protected in your creative journey? Yes, I had a business, but it was not legal. In other words, I was nowhere. I am just fundi, unashona tu. I didn't have that. So she told me, you're going to lose this business because the government will not do business with you if you're not legally, if you don't have your paperwork, if you do not have legal structures and essential documentation. So she told me the best you can do is partner with a friend, and if they have the documentation, you can do the business together, and then you sort yourself out. So I sourced for a business partner who had a name, had KRA, had everything. Now, the government is working with Brani's consultancy, not Liz, but it is Liz doing the work. Why? Because I'm not legally protected. I don't have legal structures. I don't have documentation, which is where we are with our creative businesses. Business opportunity is here, but because we are not ready for it, it will go. We worked for 2 weeks straight, day and night. And it wasn't easy. Solopreneur, you're the driver, you're the running everywhere. And it was not easy. After we finished that batch of work, we took the first, there were 100 uniforms. We took the first batch. And they were because there were 2 sets of uniform for 50 people. So not for 100 people. It was 2 sets for 100 people. So it was 200 uniforms. So we did everybody one set as we proceed on with the next. So we took the first 100 batch. And as we took, there are people in that parastatal. It's a combination of parastatals that were going for a government event in Tanzania. So it's different parastatals making uniforms, and each parastatal is paying to one account. So the money is channeled there, and they pick. So when these people, majority of them had backed out because every uniform they used to get every year was boring, and they are paying money for it. So when we took the first batch, the uniforms were so beautiful. So beautiful. Me as Liz, I was getting 4,000 from this business. The rest of the 4,000 was going God knows where. You know how it works. Somebody will tell you, you must do this, you must do that, you must do this. You know, you are new in the business, you don't know. So for me, I told them, this thing is worth 6,000, 7,000. They were like, no, you know, it's your first time. And you know, you're naive. You do not know your worth. And because you want to do business, what will you do? It is okay. So at the end of the day, they told me they're going to pay me 4,000. But the quotation that they told me to do was worth 8,000. You see the difference? So when we took the first uniforms, and they were beautiful, some of those people in those parastatals said, we must be given uniforms. I told them we don't have the time. But if you want, and because we are always tight on money, because you see, you have to wait for 30 days to be given this money. So I had borrowed from friends, I had borrowed from family, borrowed from the bank, because the business is for Liz. You get? I told them, if you want me to do for you the uniforms, then you have to pay cash, the 8,000. And from that extra people, we made uniforms for another 50. Now guess what? The only money I touched was for the 50. The rest of the money was swallowed by my business partner. Even if you decide to sue them, the business was given to them. Who are you? So you need to have your legal structures and essential documentation. It doesn't have to be a limited company. Start with just a brand name. So long as you have that, it is very easy to move from one level to the other. How did I lose the business? Because I could not protect my intellectual property. It is my design, my everything, but But because I decided to partner with this person, I don't have any right. They take them. Yeah? Setting up workshop and financial systems. I didn't have those, and that is why I could not qualify to be able to do business with the government. So when you're building a creative business, this is important. Have your legal structures and essentials right and documentation. Now, financial management for creatives. We don't always have money 24/7. So we need to price our work fairly because you know your worth. Nobody will take advantage of you if you know your worth. I'll tell them, it's okay. Go and look for it somewhere else. They'll go around. They will not get it. They will come back because they know they are getting this thing at this price for this quality, compared to the other person who's giving them a cheaper version of the same, and it is not quality. We also have managing cash flows and budgeting for irregular income. Most creatives, you'll find you have money this time. In a month's time, you don't have money. So how are we able to work towards our cash flows and budgeting and our irregular income? While you have irregular income, what else can you do? That's what we need to work on. Investment in tools and resources. Creatives and solopreneurs, we don't invest in resources. We don't want to study because we think we know it all. But guess what? What you know is the talent part of your business. Business for creatives is talent and the business part. Now you have the talent. Talent will not put food on the table. Talent will not pay your rent. Talent will not put fuel in your car. You need talent and you need business, and they must work together. If one is higher, you will have the business, yes. Everything is top-notch, but you're not giving people quality. You're giving them horrible photos. You're giving them horrible artwork. You're giving them, you understand? Yes, you've got the business aspect. There's somebody sorting out the business aspect, but the talent part of it, of your business, is down. So you need to invest in tools and resources to be able to identify what do you have, what don't you have, what can you improve while you're doing your business. Tax planning and creating multiple revenue streams. You need to understand the tax implication of everything that you do. You could easily think you only need 16%. There is another one coming. It is called income tax that you need to pay for. Once you get a tax consultant to be able to come and help you, it is very easy to be on the right side of KRA. You need to build a strong personal marketing in our creative business. How do you stand out in a crowded creative business? Everybody is selling Ankara. Everybody is selling palazzos. How do you stand out in a crowded creative market? Everybody is now taking photographs. Even in the streets now, they are taking photographs. So why am I going to pay you 5,000? In a street, I'm getting it at 100 shillings. And guess what? Sometimes even the street one is better than yours, the professional one. Yeah, so there must be something unique. I'll come here because I'm getting coffee. I'll get consultancy. I'll get, maybe they have partnered with Liz to be able to give me an outfit that I can change into while I'm doing my photography. A makeup artist is working with them who's going to do makeup for me. While I go to the street, there's nothing. They'll take a photograph of me as I am. You understand? So how do you stand out in a crowded creative market? You need a portfolio and develop your portfolio well. Your social media strategy. While you're networking, look for 4 networks. At any particular event, 2 will give you business directly. 2 will give you business. You will get business through them, or they will connect you to business. They might not give you business directly. I like your outfits, Liz, but I can't afford it. But my boss might like them. So they've given you business, not directly, but they've given you business. Content creation and storytelling. Most of us solopreneurs don't give our story the real way. It's tough. For you to be able to do business, I've done it for 20 years, you want to come and do it within 2 years, it's not possible. Unless I'm able to teach you and tell you, instead of wasting time doing this, do this, then you'll be able to do this business in 2 years. But for you to be able to do that, you must get your business in order. The other part was managing creative projects. Are you in control of your time? Or is your time controlling you? Most of the solopreneurs, we are busy doing nothing. We don't have time management skills. We are just, we don't know how to balance multiple projects. We are just working because we are working. If I meet a deadline, well and good. If I don't, moving on swiftly. Our client communication, we have a problem with our client communication. Sometimes it is you who did a mistake. Power went off. You didn't call the client to tell them power went off. We were not able to process your photos. Some clients will get angry, but the goodness is you have communicated. If you do not communicate and you told me to come and pick up on Wednesday, then when I reach on Wednesday, when you're telling me, there was no power, your client communication is off. You need to handle creative blocks. Most solopreneurs have creative blocks. It will reach a point there's no money, you want to do business. It will reach a point you have exhausted all your networks and you need business. How are you able to handle your creative blocks while maintaining quality? It takes you back to, in your business, when you are setting up your goals, your marketing goals, your strategy and your plan for your business, you need to have space for creative blocks. If you find that your marketing is lousy, you're not marketing well, go back to your marketing strategy, look at it, what went wrong? Go back, and it's very easy for you to change it if you know what you originally want. Go back, start afresh. But if you had no plan, you'll try another one that's going to take you 5 years, business back to zero, right? Are you building a business that can thrive without you? That's the biggest problem we have as solopreneurs. Are you building a business that can thrive without you? Majority of our businesses cannot thrive without us. We need to scale our businesses from one level to the other. Hiring a team is a big problem for us. But who says you must pay somebody per month? You don't have to. Identify which is the problem that you have. Once you identify the problem that you have, hire an accountant for 1 week to come and just check your books and allow them to go. They don't have to be there the whole month. Outsourcing versus in-house production. How much will it cost you to do it in-house? How much will it cost you to do it from outside? Look at the cost. Building sustainable work practices. What are your work practices? You need to have a long-term business plan. How are you taking care of you while growing your business? Majority of solopreneurs, we are this close to going nuts. This close. You wake up in the morning, landlord is at your door. Wants to close your business. You wake up in the morning, 5 workers have not come to work. You wake up in the morning, KPLC has switched off on you. All this is on you. So you need to have something to do, get yourself, your well-being, your personal development and well-being. You'll realize people who invest in personal development, no matter how big the storm, they jump it, they're like, bring it on, and they move on. You will only reach that point if you have invested in personal development. You will only reach that point if you have invested in personal development. If you will have not, you will call your friends, wallowing in poverty, crying that there's no business. But then at the end of the day, the 500 that you've had, you've taken tea. So, mental health is very important. Mental health is the toughest to be able to repair, and takes a while before you can be able to repair it. Try as much as possible to have it always on top. Your professional development depends on you. You need to build a support network and you need to set boundaries. Most solopreneurs, we don't have boundaries. A client will call you at 11 p.m., you're busy going to see the client. It doesn't make sense. You need to set boundaries, but set them from the beginning such that you know you have set a boundary and people know the office closes at what time? 6 p.m. So at 6 p.m., your business is closed. If a client calls, maybe one off, you'll be able to open for them, but you can't make it every day. You need to navigate your industry in terms of trends and opportunities. What are the trends? How are things changing? Now, when you look at this, you need to stay updated with trends and leverage on technology. AI is the in thing now. We have an AI specialist here. She'll talk to you. Then you need to explore your local and your global opportunities. What is there out there? What is there here? Have you exhausted the local market? If you have, move to the global market. Who says you can't move? Adapt to market changes and challenges. Are you prepared to evolve as the industry shifts. If you're not prepared, you'll be left in the Stone Age as people are moving. When you're doing your creative journey, you need to start by doing your goals. You need to set long-term goals, invest in continuous learning, and build a supportive network that's going to be able to help you know where your business is going, and if in any case there's a problem, you'll be able to know. Now, what will your legacy be in the creative industry? Will you just be a passing cloud, or you will be known for one particular thing? Let there be a legacy when you are in your creative industry. Success is a journey, not a destination. A destination is here to Kisumu. A journey is Westlands, Limuru, Naivasha, like that going. So if you want success, if your car gets spoiled at Naivasha, get a mechanic, sort it out, move on. But you see, if you are just wanting to reach the destination, it will not help. You need to have a journey with your business. Most of the businesses that you hear are doing well, it's a journey. It's not something they woke up in the morning and just did. So thank you. I've just had a preview. Yeah. Any questions?
Thank you for those who've shown up. Wacha tukae tu hapa. If you have sawa. If you have comments, do you guys have? You can check. We need to put on the other mic, Newton. We need to, if we can have it on. We are few, so we can hear from everybody. You can introduce yourself and keep your comments. Tell us what you'd want to contribute. Wale wamekutilia tukiendelea. Let's start there. Also the lady at the back and the gentleman here. Also feel free if you don't have something to say, but at least you can introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Thank you very much. My name is Nancy Akech. I am an insurance expert and soon to be AI expert, because I'm really interested in that space, and there's a lot that is going on that I don't think as Africans we are seeing where the AI world is taking us. But that's a story for another day. Perhaps I'll come and do a session like Liz's session. Thank you very much, Liz, for those wonderful insights. In as much as I'm not in the creative sector, but they're applicable to my sector as well. I could feel like you're speaking to me because they're all relatable. Maybe a question to, I believe, the audience here, some or if not all, are in the creative industry. I've always wondered, there's a lot of solopreneurs, there's a little bit of, in Kiswahili we say, kiosk, kila mtu amefungua kiosk yake kila mahali, you know? Have you guys ever thought of aggregating and building one, for instance, if it's a marketplace where you all come together, put your minds, because I know the capital is usually the issue, the resources and all. I believe in the power of joining hands. Have you guys ever thought of doing that? Whereby, for instance, Liz, the newbies, the people who are just starting, can leverage in your 20 years of experience. I can see he's a photographer, he looks really young. I mean, he's a videographer, he looks really young. Perhaps he's just joined, he's 20. And I always say you don't have to wait until you have 20 years of experience. You can learn as much as you can from Liz in one sitting, in 1 hour through mentorship. So I think that's just a challenge that I'm throwing out to creatives. Tuache kujenga tu kiosks mingi. We come together and see what can build one proper brand and just change the world. Thank you.
Good evening. This is Ochula Gad, a fresh design graduate student, freelancing for now, and I've attended the event just because I'm very thirsty to have the knowledge on what is going on. And I was even worried because I came a bit in late and I thought I've missed a lot. Thank you so much for going through. Yeah, thank you.
Hi again, Liz. I've known you and what it is you do. My name is Branis. I'm the founder of Africa Resource Connect. At Africa Resource Connect, we guide businesses to set their businesses in a way that they have structure. These businesses are scalable, and they have the ability to be profitable. So I've seen what it is you've done in the fashion industry, and also trying to bring the fashion, the sector together in terms of just to think and to move with one voice. And what you're doing actually shows me that you're going through a lot of stages of growth in your business, meaning you're very aware of where the business is at, where sometimes you need to put the business a little bit on hold so that you can learn. Because I really want to commend you, because many founders don't invest in teaching themselves so that even when they go and get a mentor, they're actually learning something that they can implement in their businesses. So I see you not just as a fashion designer and a business owner, but also a mentor, and someone who goes out of her way to just let people know that if we're not following certain, if we're not following the journey, certain places where we'll find those challenges, we might not know how to address those gaps. So you doing this presentation is indeed commendable, because definitely there are people in the fashion industry who love what they see and try to do that, because maybe they're very good with their hands, but they never really went to sit down in a school of fashion. And I've been a victim of, you know, the way you screenshot a nice outfit and then you take it to a fundi, what you ordered versus what you got. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your money and resources, because many times, and I remember one time you telling me, if they don't put a certain stitch or a certain hem where it's supposed to be, the dress will never sit properly on you. It doesn't matter how good it looked on the model. So I just want to thank you so much for actually stepping out of the business sometimes to just give people necessary information and to let them know that the journey sometimes is about investing in yourself, but again, pouring into other people. So thank you so much. What you're doing is commendable. And we're definitely just here to see what is going to happen to the fashion industry with regards to artificial intelligence and the disruption that's happening, to see how you're going to probably adjust and bring in different angles in the fashion industry. Thank you.
Hello. Sorry, I was here late as well. Quite tricky to find this place, sorry. Yeah. So my name is Tatiana. I'm the founder and creative director of Afroema. Afroema is a sustainable fashion brand with a lot of social impact, especially for the artisan community of Kibera. So I quite suffer daily what you were saying about the 11 a.m. it will be ready, and it's not. So I've learned quite fast the Fundi challenge. And it's been quite a journey because I'm not a fashion designer. I'm a biologist, so I'm coming from a completely different field. And I just created a brand because of my tailor that is still part of Afroema, and we're growing. Coming from a different culture is very challenging to adapt to this inconsistency and the not commitment, right? And because everyone is so nice and they really want, and I know they don't do it in a very mean way, like I want to make your day difficult, you know. It's because they have the willing, or they really want to deliver on time, but it's very difficult to play with a lot of balls at the same time. And I think part of my journey is not only to empower them, but even if Afroema has to finish, I know that I've contributed somehow to change a bit of the way they approach the clients, how they commit, and now they tell me, no, I will not be able to deliver that. So it's a journey, as you said, but it will be It's a big learning process for me, and all these seminars, workshops, they contribute a lot. Even if it's not just, okay, this is not the way, we need to try, and there's someone that can help us on that journey, because it's a really lonely journey. And it's trying, making mistakes, changing the road, trying again, and it's very important to be resistant, resilient, stubborn. So thank you so much, because for sure tomorrow I'll be trying to implement a few things, change a bit, and we'll learn all together. So thank you.
Thank you for the intros and the comments. from insurance and AI. You'll explain to us how that axe is meant and the cross-cultural kind of transition. I want to assume you must have been part of the journey that maybe she went through. I don't know. We've had this conversation before because we need to do things beyond just the business. And we wish for the gentleman here that at Karakana people can, again, what is taken us years, we can share. We don't hold back. Sometimes it could be done for free, sometimes it will be charged, but we hope that we can build and save you the 15 years of unpleasant experiences because I think it's part of the path to greatness, you know, whether you start on a pedestal or just in a little corner, as long as we change a life. Before you give your feedback on their comments, we have Ouma Obulo. He says, I like the idea of co-creative business. And we have Gerald Mwega, who says solopreneurship is the rock of the creator economy, the rock music of creator economy, the rock star of the creator economy. This is why we always hear of the term creatorpreneur also. I think we have a new term, but I'm sure you have a number of things to respond to what they say.
For Tatiana, you will unlearn, you will learn and relearn. Once you have that, any day is a learning day. For Nancy, she's a specialist in AI, so she's doing it right now under insurance, but I'm hoping she will be able to do AI for the creative space and be able to tell us how to move on from one space to the other. For the new designer, it's tough, but it is a nice journey. Just get somebody who can be able to help you navigate the tough waters. It's a sweet space to be in. For Bernice, she has helped me grow my business from one level to the other. So business people who are here, you're welcome to work with Bernice. Thank you so much. And I think...
hand again. By the way, this conversation started a while back. It started a while back, and it could be where the idea to focus on soft skills and related stuff as Karakana initiative for us came from. In our different paths in the creative industry, I think we have a few leadership positions here and there, so we meet, talk often, and I think there was a day we had a long conversation, and that's when it hit me. I think we also need to focus on that because we have had a lot of sessions since we started. Even other institutions around the creative industry are focusing on the technical skills, the fashion designing, the content creation, the dancing, the theater, the filmmaking, the crafts, etc. But then we find that we are excelling in creating, but we are failing in all these other things. And interestingly, just for clarities, I mentioned that next time what we will going to be having, three things. When I was listening to your presentations, it is actually nikama fireworks. No, there is. I'm seeing all those things that people need to learn in our sessions because they said we are not going to talk about the technical and the artistic skills, everything else. When you talk about content creation, we will have a technical for content creation. When you talk about AI, it's a buzzword, but you cannot wish it away. Like it's a buzzword, it's here, we have to serve it, tea, chocolates, cakes, everything, and give it a room to spend in our house. If we talk about communication skills, I was comparing to how he spoke and how you spoke, you know. It was very clear, you know. When somebody introduces themselves and what they do it for who, where, how, you know, all those kind of things. And I always wish all artists and creatives may not have the clarity of talking about what they do, but at least it is our wish that every time an artist walks into a room, they're able to say, Vitu mingi sana, so many things have popped into the surface now that you realize, okay, financial literacy, basics is necessary. Communication, necessary. Content creation, storytelling, necessary. Marketing, networking, and interacting with people in a room and knowing, okay, how do I introduce myself? Who do I go talk to? you know, all those kind of things, and I think they are going to be very useful for us. So it's now going to quarter to 8. I also wanted to just tell you, we look at this room and we're few. It's at the other side of town. Those who struggled a little bit, we rarely use the word Karakana, so the security guy actually called me when you saw me pop out with a phone to ask me. We have always done our events at the Kenya Cultural Center, but then the conveniences of having to go to the other side of town is a problem. But at the heart of what Karakana Initiative and Karakana Online, as you may know it does, is mentorship, career guidance, knowledge sharing, learning. Those two are different, knowledge sharing and learning, because there could just be information. You know, somebody's looking for contacts, etc., can I know about this? But they are related. And then we also do collaborative projects. Most people think Karakana does exhibitions, because we do quite a number of, we've done art exhibition, photo exhibition, and those are our 3 pillars. And for the few of you who are here, I hope that one day down the line we can collaborate. I hope that you can work together. We prefer to do it here because it's our comfort zone. We're in a very hard economic time, so sometimes these gentlemen who work for me here, they will be in another place. So we cannot afford sometimes to go outside and do the many things we do. But we live stream it because we have the capacity. That's what we do. And we hope that the few and many others will come back and watch, and they'll get to learn. I don't know if there are any other comments that I could have held back, or we can just wrap it up in that and just have some open interaction. Okay.
Sorry, Nancy, you asked about collaborating. There are so many organizations that are collaborating with the creatives, but we hit a snag. Reason being, the organizations want us to have our data and everything together. 3/4 of them are informal. So it becomes a little bit tricky to put people together. And the ones who are formally organized, people are not ready to tell their real story, or people are not ready to work with some particular people, or people are not. So we decided as a team, let us start with the ones who are down there and grow the culture of building your business from down there. If I sit down with you and tell Tatiana, you need to do this, you need to do that, they'll tell me, but I've been doing business for 5 years. What are you telling me, you know? So we realized sometimes when you're working with people who are already doing business and have already done business for a while, it's very kind of hard in the creative space to tell them that this is what is going wrong and this is what you need to do right. So we are opting to teach, connect, collaborate, and create, so that the younger ones can be able to start their businesses right. That's what, but the organizations are there. There are several of them. Google and you will find them. There are as many as possible. The only thing is, as you're joining the organizations, identify what exactly are they doing for you. Because you'll find one organization is very good at training, one organization is very good at collaborations, one organization is very good at, what is this thing called? Networking. So identify. You can join as many as possible, but identify what that organization is doing for you that is going to move your business from one level to the other. If it is an organization that you're not feeling is connecting with you, leave it and move to another organization that you feel is working for you. But we have.
Okay, allow me to share something. I was banning. I was banning to share. Well, shika, these mics, then I remembered during COVID it had to be sprayed. What was that we went through, Ban? So, before I give, just wrap up, I wanted to share about revenue because I think it has worked for me, the multiplication of revenue streams. I always say my degree is in graphic design. That's 20 years ago. Then around 2007, I got into photography as a hobby-ish. And then photography became what most people know me for. In fact, recently we got a new client who has always given us video and photo work. Then one time we did some little magic, like a magic with the uniforms, with a design that they needed. And they were like, wait a minute, why didn't you guys tell us you also do, graphics? In 2013, I started teaching photography. It has saved my pocket many times. Then photography, graphic design, and video. Today, when you think about communication, online, digital, it's all in the same basket. What we call content, what we call digital communication, digital media, it's one basket. It's mostly photo, written, graphic, or video. Anything else will be stemming from there. So, and that's what we do. And doing all those things, the way she was saying, they are related. Because you'll come here for a photo shoot, next time you need a testimonial or you need videos. Hata kama ni za simu, taken with the phone. And then graphics is the widest kind of communication online. Posters, they go way far, but video is more trustworthy. That's why, like the way guys were saying, I saw one of those trending vendors for the weaves, saying those people sending you photos from the internet, they are not selling. Said if somebody is selling, tell them to show us a video of what they have in stock, not photo, just a detour kidogo. So for me, the diversification has worked, having multiple revenue streams in terms of safeguarding. COVID also taught us that life can be pretty harsh. So that's the time people realize they lost jobs. If you're in hospitality industry, which was at the extreme end of losing COVID, I had a friend who had to take all his stuff to his rural home because, hospitality tourism was like dead, and all that. So I needed to share that. Finally, let me say thank you very much for all of you who've taken time to show up here. We know you've left your own things, perhaps family, other things that you could have done. Liz, asante sana for taking the time to do. Mimi naona vile we will extrapolate your presentation to an ebook so that people can share and other kind of things. Resources for those who are starting out. Also, let's appreciate our team from Photomagic Studio. We have Dixon, we have Newton, we had Marvin here on the live stream, and we have Faith on social media, and another gentleman there. Himself, he's on social media. He's called Humphrey. He's the one who's gotten us the refreshments, and he helps us with the office here. So thank you very much. For those who are watching us online, thank you very much for keeping. A few of you are dropping off and coming back. And those who will watch much later, we appreciate. Please give your comments in the comments section. And let's all be ready next. In 2 weeks' time, we'll have a gentleman called Alex Gabriel leading us in effective communication for artists and creatives so that we can just get better with these things. Asanteni sana.